I realized that my physical health was something that I was taking for granted. When I looked at myself in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw, and I also didn't like how I felt. And I knew I had to make some real changes. Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to the First Step Forward. In today's video, I reflect on my weight loss journey thus far. I first realized that I need to start taking my health more seriously is when I got into my early 30s and just playing with my kids was becoming a little bit more physically exhausting, and not much has really changed with my weight compared to like in my late 20s. But I think like as I got older, doing just small different physical tasks becomes a little bit more exhausting, especially at the weight that I started this journey, which was 323 pounds. And it was becoming a little bit too much. And also the fact that I didn't like the person that I saw whenever I looked at myself in the mirror or in pictures. I kind of felt actually embarrassed whenever I saw myself in any pictures that someone took, or just seeing myself in the mirror. I didn't really feel confident in myself. So those are like the two biggest drives for me as far as like changing my physical health. As I mentioned before, when I started this weight loss journey, I was at 323 pounds, and that was in February 2025. Currently, I'm at 266 pounds. So I lost a little over 50 pounds since I started this journey. My end goal is to get to 185 pounds. I know that might be a lot for some, but for me and like my body type, just like my size, that's actually a very good weight. So that's the weight that I'm striving towards. Why it matters to me is majority of my life, I was always overweight or considered obese. And the one time that I did lose a lot of weight, it was during high school because I was playing a lot of basketball. It wasn't anything I was intentionally doing. I was just playing basketball with my friends. And I guess like in gym class as well, that also attributed to it too. But that wasn't anything I was intentionally doing. And when I was a child, one of the doctors that I saw, they essentially said that I was never going to be like underweight, or like I would lose, like never get to a point where I'm like 200-ish pounds or so. And I did that when I was in high school. And I felt pretty proud of myself. Like I felt like I was doing something that someone said I could never do, but it wasn't really intentional. This time around, this is like me being very intentional and making a lot of better, healthy choices with my life to make this physical change with my weight. So that's why it matters so much to me. And I just want to feel good about myself because I haven't felt that way in a long time when I look at myself in the mirror or any pictures. So definitely confidence and like self-esteem is a big part of that too. Some of the challenges that I faced early on in my weight loss journey, especially was like trying to stay consistent. I've changed a lot with my diet and what I'm eating and what I'm not eating. So that was a big change because I used to just eat whatever looked good. And usually whatever looked good was 9 times out of 10 was something unhealthy for me. So that was quite a big change for me. And also just like my mindset, I initially was taking my weight every day, which can be helpful. But for me personally, it definitely put me in a bad mood, or just kind of felt down about myself if I saw like my weight go up at all. So doing it once a week was a lot better because I found that I was consistently losing weight very often, more often than not. And that just small change kind of literally shifted how I was seeing my weight loss journey and just being a bit more positive about it. Since losing a little over 50 pounds, a lot has changed in terms of like my confidence, how I see myself, and also just like my mindset. These are changes that I can sustain for the rest of my life. In terms of like my dieting, like exercising, and also like now when I look at myself in the mirror, I feel great about what I see. I'm proud of the different changes and progress that I've made. I'm wearing like t-shirts that I didn't typically always could fit, buying t-shirts that are like a size down than what I was, 323 pounds. So it just makes me feel good knowing that I'm like making real changes, and I can see like the results of those changes. And these are changes that I'm being intentional about compared to when I was in high school. I just lost weight without really putting that effort into trying to lose. This weight loss journey isn't just about losing weight. It's about changing your mindset, being more positive, being more consistent, and also taking those first steps to make real changes. Any step forward is better than no step at all. No matter how small that step is, or no matter how small that change is, being intentional and being aware and making that conscious choice of like, I want to make this change is very powerful, because not everyone decides or sees something about them that they want to change and actually does something about it. So any small step forward is better than nothing. Whether that's taking a few like walks in the morning or in the evening, or buying like a bag of apples compared to a bag of chips, like all those things add up. So any step forward is better than nothing. The reason why I'm creating this video is to help inspire people, whether they're currently working on their weight or they have another goal that they're working towards. I want to be able to support people and to help inspire people as well. Hopefully seeing this video can encourage people to make a change in their life, or to continue pushing towards the change they're currently already working towards. No one's perfect, so no matter like where you're at right now, as long as you decide that I'm going to do something about where I need to be, I think that's the most important thing. And this video and this channel is all about supporting each other who are really trying to make changes in their life. I encourage you to reflect back on your own first step forward, whether it's your weight loss goal or if there's a different goal that you've been working towards. Just think back on what inspired you to make that change. If there's a goal that you're working towards or you haven't started quite yet, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your story. Make sure you subscribe so we can start taking these steps together.